this is your reading all about your future spouse. So let's just dive in. We are first going to look at 3 clues as to some really important aspects of your person's personality. So let's see what comes up for them. We have the lamb, the crow, and the shark. Okay, interesting energy here. We have earth energy, we have air energy, we have water energy, and actually the card that you selected is fire energy. So really nice, well-rounded balance of energies here with this person. I think that the first thing to point out is this person that you're going to marry is highly, highly spiritually evolved. So this is someone who definitely is in touch with their spiritual side. They feel a strong connection to spirit. They may have a lot of psychic abilities, whether they're aware of them or not. So this could either be somebody who really is interested in practicing and developing their psychic abilities, or someone who is just completely unaware that they even have these gifts, but it's like apparent to everybody around them. So I do kind of get the feeling that this person could, depending on what their gifts are and how comfortable you are with them, I feel like in some ways they might freak you out a little bit. Like, not in a bad way, but just like they will be like, they're so psychic that you're gonna always be like amazed at how much they know, or like, how did you know that? And they just will think it's normal. It really just comes so naturally to them. I do think this is probably somebody who is really into the supernatural. So if you are too, it could be something that you bond over, but this is somebody who might be drawn to supernatural books, TV shows, just things that really explore magic and the unknown and the occult. They're going to be drawn to these types of things. I think that there's also a really interesting balance of sort of light and dark energy here with the lamb and the crow. They've got a really pure and innocent side to them, and they also have this darker side. So I think that just means that they can really see the world for what it is. They see the light and the dark. They see the good and the bad. They kind of understand the cycles and the flow of life. And they have all this information, and it's like they're okay with it. They can reconcile it a lot easier than some people may be able to. A lot of people have to kind of stay on the lighter things and not think about the darker aspects of life. You know, maybe not think about death or about the end of a cycle. I think this person is very well balanced in their ability to look at both sides of life and to kind of accept all that comes with it and see the beauty in all of it, in every different part, every different facet of life. So like I was saying, there is an innocence to this person. There is a purity. I think that they know so much, and so it's like almost interesting that they have this such a purity. But I think the reason that they are able to do this is because all of this comes so naturally to them. Like, they don't even realize how spiritually evolved they are or how connected they are, because they've always been that way. So they just don't really give themselves credit for being so spiritually advanced. So I think that your relationship is going to be one of a high spiritual connection. If you are a very spiritual person, this is somebody that you're going to connect with on that level. And that's probably a welcome little tidbit of information, because if you are very spiritually developed, being around somebody who isn't, like, it's not highly likely to result in a marriage, because it would just be really hard to see eye to eye on things. And in this case, the two of you will be seeing eye to eye on a lot of things, and you'll understand the spiritual nature of everyday life. That's not going to be something that you'd have to explain to this person. In fact, they may be more spiritually evolved than you are. Like I said, to a point where you're kind of astonished with their abilities. So definitely somebody who might have a strong clairvoyance gifting. Yeah, they might have a lot of intuitive giftings, but I do feel clairvoyance coming through really strong for this person. So they may just see how things are going to unfold and not even realize that like that they're predicting the future. They might not even realize that they're doing that because it comes so naturally to them to just see how things are going to play out. I do also think that this is somebody who will be very, very patient with you. So if there's something that they need to communicate with you, I think this person will communicate it over and over if they need to. If it's just something that you're not seeing, or if there's some truth that because of their psychic abilities they're able to pick up on and other people around them aren't, they will be patient. They're not going to be rude about it, probably because they don't even realize like that they are seeing things that other people don't see. But they're very kind and patient with everybody around them, even if people don't see things exactly the way that they do. They're also a very gifted problem solver, and I think this is somebody that you can take your problems to, and they're going to help you sort through things, and they'll do it really easily. They'll kind of effortlessly figure out what the best way to approach a situation is and just give you little clues and help with that. So that's really nice. Again, I'm thinking this goes back to their spiritual side and their psychic nature. They're probably really good at solving problems because they can kind of see how all scenarios will play out. So they're just a really wise person and somebody that you would willingly and happily go to for advice, because they give you solid advice, and it almost seems like they have more information than the average person would, so their advice is really, really sound. Okay, let me get into more of the oracle cards and see what kind of message comes through. So we have this card with the eye on it. So it's interesting that it has this eye on it because we're talking about this this spiritual connection, and a lot of times that can be a lot about the third eye chakra. So we're talking about intuition and foresight, which with the crow, definitely this person probably has some level of clairvoyance, and this eye just sort of represents that to me and really confirms that. So yeah, this person is very spiritual and very knowing. And this card says, I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. So I think that when you meet this person, this relationship is going to be very, very significant to them and could actually maybe be the first time that they've ever been in love. So I think that the connection is going to be very pure and just very meaningful to them. Because I do kind of get the feeling that this might not be somebody who has experienced such a deep connection or such real commitment before, and that might be why they like have not been in a serious relationship like what they're going to be in with you. So the two of you are going to get married, and this might be someone who never thought that they would get married because they had never really experienced love on that level, and when they meet you, everything changes for them, and there is sort of like this purity that's coming through. I do think this is a person who can be kind of quiet and timid at times too. So it might seem like it's a bit hard to know what they're thinking. And I think a lot of that quietness and kind of timid nature, it probably comes from the fact that they see so much. Like in any given scenario, they see so much. They see so many outcomes. They see what's going to take place, what's going to play out. And it's hard for them to figure out like what part of that they should share, or like if they're just being weird. I think this person might wonder a lot if they're being weird. So that could lead you at first to not really feel like you can connect with them, because they are a little bit standoffish, and they're like kind of in their head. They're like deep in thought about everything all the time, but very, very wise and very knowing. So that's really interesting. Kind of a dark, mysterious energy coming through. Also a very light and innocent energy. So some duality there, something very interesting there. Let's look at the rest of these cards. We have third eye chakra, Okay, okay. Yes. Look at that. Look at that. And with the crow, yeah, this person's definitely clairvoyant. I wonder if they know. So if you've met this person already, let me know. Do they realize like the gift that they have? Are they developing that? Are they actively working on it? Or are they just kind of like randomly saying things that freak people out and they have no idea how powerful and how intuitive they are? Heart chakra energy coming through. That's really beautiful. Intuition and this loving heart center energy coming through here. That's a great combination. And number 37, the past. Okay. So I think that in this connection, this person, when they meet you, I think they're going to immediately have the feeling that there is a past life connection here. Like that they have known you before and that they've been just journeying to find you. And that might be something that they're a little bit quiet about at first, because they do have these intuitive knowings about things. And sometimes sharing that with people can be a bit intimidating, because it can freak people out. They can feel a little bit strange sharing this information that isn't apparent to everyone. So that might not be something that they are very upfront with right in the beginning with you, but eventually you will find out that I think it's like for them, they haven't really experienced love in this life until they meet you, which is probably a lot for them to take in. But then also they're going to have this intuitive knowing that the two of you were connected in a previous life, that the two of you have been in love before. So there's definitely going to be a familiar feeling about this relationship and something really deep that's connecting the two of you, and they are aware of it. They may be more aware of it than you are, depending on how developed your intuition is. They may be more aware, but they will be slower to say it at the same time, because they just don't even know how they know the things they know. If that makes any sense. They're not always like sure why they think this, why they know this, and so they can be hesitant to say it because it can throw some people off. I think in your particular connection, it's not going to throw you off when this person comes forward with like tidbits of information, because you may be extremely psychic yourself. So it's just something that the two of you can connect on, and this might be the first time that they can express some of this outwardly to people. You will be the person. Also, right in the center of your reading, I'm just noticing all this color. It's sort of like rainbow effect here with the crow and this heart and behind the lamb. So I do think that this connection is going to really kind of light everything up, and like that the two of you are almost going to activate each other. So the two of you coming together could trigger an awakening in one or both of you. If one of you is already highly spiritually evolved, they may have already gone through an awakening, but I do think that the connection of the two of you is going to trigger something in one or both of you, and really kind of activate a higher spiritual connection just from the two of you meeting each other. So yeah, some kind of powerful force just from the two of you being in connection. I get this feeling of separation in this reading, like that the two of you are in separation. So that could be separation that you know about, like you are not in contact with this person at this time, but you know who I'm talking about. It could also be referring to this past life connection, that the two of you have not come together yet in this life, and so you're in separation. So you're not even aware of this separation, although sometimes we do have like a little bit of an inkling, because it's like our heart's being pulled somewhere and we just don't know where. But I do get the feeling that like the two of you are in some sort of separation, or just the time before you meet feels like a separation to both of you. And then when you come together, it feels like being reunited again. It feels like being at home, even if you've never met this person before. So there's definitely like a strong psychic pull to each other. I think both of you are highly spiritually developed. I don't think it's just this person. I think it's something that the two of you are going to connect over big time. And there is, again, definitely a dark, mysterious nature about this person. And I think they really intensify that by sometimes not saying things. But just know the only reason they're not saying it is because they don't want to scare you. Like, they don't want to tell you something that is going to freak you out. And I think once you get to know each other better, and once they realize that, like, they're not going to freak you out, that you want to hear what they have to say, and that you probably are picking up on the same thing that they're picking up on and just waiting for them to say it, they'll be a lot more forthcoming with this stuff. But they may never have had a safe place to express this side of themselves. So that's really interesting. I also think this person is going to, like, really think that this connection is divine and divinely guided, and because of their connection, they're just going to see that so clearly, and maybe not want to say that so early on, because that's really freaky. But like, if you've just met somebody, that could sound really freaky. But I don't think you're a person who's going to be freaked out by any of this. Whoa. Okay, Ace of Swords. Okay. Definitely the communication will come. It is about them just feeling comfortable, because there is, like, this innocence to them, this kind of timid nature, this innocence that will make them be slightly hesitant when the two of you first meet to express all of this. But really what they're feeling when you meet them is like, we were meant to be, this connection was divinely guided, and the idea of saying that out loud freaks me out. But definitely, like, your whole life with this person will be divinely guided and will be highly spiritual in nature. Okay. The Emperor. We have the Queen of Wands and we have the Four of Swords. So I'm really picking up on, like, the fact that being with you, for this person in this marriage, in this relationship, this person's going to feel like they can finally rest. With this Four of Swords coming out, I think that their abilities may feel like a bit of a burden to them until they meet you, because it's something that the two of you can connect on. They will feel like they can finally relax and share and open up. And that's probably why this heart chakra energy is coming through here, because I think that the connection that the two of you will form is going to be really an activation for them at the heart center. It's just something that they haven't experienced yet. They haven't experienced this kind of love and this kind of understanding. And I think it's, like, really rejuvenating to them to be able to be around somebody where they can be themselves and they can express all of this and have somebody get them. So definitely, like, this Queen of Wands energy is, like, it's sort of like a life of the party type of energy, and I don't get that kind of vibe from this person. I think this person, like, is a little bit more timid and standoffish, but around you, they kind of embody this Queen of Wands energy, this, like, connective, creative, really expressive and outgoing energy, because I think this connection is going to light them up like that. So being around you is just going to make them feel so comfortable to express themselves in new ways. And I just think this probably goes both ways. I think that when you meet this person, you're going to really feel like you have like met somebody, I want to say, like, from the same planet. Like that both of you may have had a feeling of being kind of different, being almost like outsiders, seeing the world differently than other people do, picking up on little nuances and signs and synchronicities, and other people just don't get it. And when the two of you come together, it really kind of lights you up, brightens you up, and activate something inside of both of you. So this marriage is going to be very fulfilling for both of you. With the Emperor energy coming through here, it really does point to a strong connection and something that is lasting. That there is kind of a it's like a respect, and I feel like that's probably what I was just getting at, was like the way that the two of you understand each other. You can really understand and respect each other on a level that you haven't really experienced with other people, because you just, like, they didn't get it. I think the two of you are really going to get each other, and that's what makes this connection last. It's really deep. It's a very mental connection. It's a very spiritual connection. It's a very heart-centered connection. Yeah, I just think you guys are going to get each other on so many different levels, and that really there is a strong feeling of a past life connection, and that's why the two of you come together, and it's so dynamic right from the beginning. Yeah. This is a really beautiful and very, very deep, deep connection. This is definitely somebody that is going to draw you in. Like, you're going to be very intrigued by this person. So they might have something about their appearance that's really intriguing to you, or maybe they just say things that really catch your attention, but you're going to be very drawn to this person, and I think that attraction is going to remain through the entire relationship, because they're always going to come up with something new to keep you interested, and they're always going to be very intrigued and drawn to you, drawn to your mind, drawn to your psychic abilities, your intuitive knowing. It's a very deep, and it feels like divinely guided connection, and they're definitely going to see that. They're going to pick up on that. So let's see what other kind of clues we can get about this person. We might get information about their physical appearance, or just important dates, or maybe find out their sign. So I have my little bowl of goodies. Let's draw something for you guys. Oh wow, a lot came out. Let's see what these are. Okay, November. So you might meet this person in November. Their birthday might be in November. Your birthday might be in November. Number 3, maybe November 3rd. We have July as well. Again, birthday, anniversary, significant date when you meet them. The letter V, June. Okay, June, July. The summertime might be very significant for the two of you. Maybe you'll get married in the summer. Maybe you'll meet in the summer. Okay, we have more letters. We have C, we have A, and we have W. So these can be first or last name clues. They can just be like significant letters to the two of you. Could have something to do with where you meet, or just like favorite letters or something like that. Taurus. Let's just take a couple more. I love doing this. Let's see. Light brown hair. So this person, we have light brown hair. And the number 1. Okay. Also, maybe 13, maybe the 13th or the 31st. Maybe, what months did we have come out? Maybe the 31st of a month. They might be born on the 13th or on the 31st. Interesting, you guys. They could be a Taurus, you could be a Taurus. You could get married in Taurus season. This is always so much fun for me, but it's really about you kind of figuring out what resonates and what makes sense for you, because you would know, like, these might be some initials for your person, or if you haven't met them yet, it's just something for you to look out for. So I just think that's so fun, and I'll probably keep doing more of that, because I have a really good time pulling some of these just random things for you guys and just figuring out like what we might get. Let me just pull another one. But green eyes. Okay. I gotta stop, but you know, your person might have light brown hair and green eyes. the months June, July, and November could be significant. So like the possibilities are endless. If any of this resonates, let me know. Leave me a comment down below, leave me a thumbs up, and if you feel like subscribing, go ahead and do that so I will make more videos and we can hang out again. Thank you guys for letting me do this reading for you, and I will see you in your next one, Group 4. Bye.